5 years ago, we bought this piece of land to try to find another way of living. And during this time, we have been setting up base camp and infrastructure, recovering the native forest and making the land fire resilient, while documenting all we do so anyone can learn from it. And normally in the first video of the season, we will recap on what we did during winter. But this time, the number is actually ending with the 8, which normally means a challenges video. So why to choose? We're just gonna put both in this one. Welcome to a new Project Camp update. Let's jump a bit back in time. After season 4, camp got empty and animals took over the place. But some of us stayed on the land. While we don't really work on big projects during winter, there is still some stuff to be done. And many little things occur during these months. We did some maintenance on the fruit trees. Seems like most of the fruit trees that we planted are alive. A lot of branches, but also a lot of sprouts from the bottom. So let's hope that if we cut them away now, we are still in time to have the tree still growing strong. And Dave took his time to practice with the digger.
There are two very cool big rocks here, but there's still a bit of mimosa root around here, which is very stuck to it. So I always wanted to clear this up so you have two nice boulders here, but never managed. But now we can. Nice and clean. Now growing some grass here. That would be great.
And the fridge box got a flat tire, so we needed to pump the tire to get it back in balance.
For now, we have for another few months like this.
This kind of stuff. This was a short resume of these little winter things. We went more in depth in our winter Patreon posts. Well, to be completely honest, we actually did one big action. And the big works that will be happening in the next few days have to do with this building in the back of me, the community center. We have cleared it several years ago from all the brambles that was overgrown with, and from then on we just maintained it. But now we want to move on with the community center, and for that we need to clear 10 meters at least around the building. This due to fire regulations. And when we are talking about clearing the area, we are talking about all these mimosas. And in the past you have seen us clearing quite some mimosa, but this time we thought to do it a bit different. We hired some experts that do this for a living to be able to learn a bit from them and see how they move themselves through this patch. And coincidentally, this is the same moment and the same team that they are coming to clear under the electricity line. We will ask them again to keep all these oaks under the line and only clear the mimosa. And from the other side, clear at least all this mimosa in this corner and keep the oaks. So that's the plan. Now let's see how it's gonna be executed.
O melhor é a gente ver ali por baixo, ver o que é que o trator dá. Ali baixo dá.
So they're gonna take one mimosa down. Let's see how they do it. This is a shredder or mulcher used to break branches and small trees into little chunks. What we're gonna do now, we have 3 mimosas, big ones, left around the pond, and they're gonna pull it out with a cable, connect it with a cable and pull it out with the tractor going backwards. Let's see.
together.
Oh, and he found the oak. Ciao! This is the result of the first day. We can see how much the landscape has changed. Quite impressive. Okay, so now that we have been clearing around the pond, one tractor is gonna come up here. Yes, tractor. We don't know how, but they're gonna clear under the electricity line now. So let's see how they do that one. After the second working day, the crew cleared a lot of mimosa. There is just one little patch left to go. After several days of a lot of machinery and a lot of people working on the land here, we have no mimosas in the clear community center. And under all these mimosas we discovered some oaks, as you can see, and also some other types of trees. Let's have a closer look. Quite some different types of trees, willows, even an elderflower up here, blooming already. Not sure if it's because of spring coming or because it gets just way more sunlight. And a tiny fig. And now I'm standing under the electricity line, which they also cleared completely, so we can see all the way to the left. Quite a lot of new views. So now that we have all these oaks here behind me, we also thought it might be a good time to prune them. Take all the dead other material off and clean a bit around, so the trees have actually space to grow strong. So here we have two different types of tree, a willow and an oak. We leave both, we only make sure that the dead branches get cut off, so they don't cost any extra energy. So while here pruning all the trees, we find this burned pipe, and it's in a kind of ditch. Seems to be part of an old watering system. We spent some days doing the pruning, and meanwhile some people from previous seasons started to arrive to camp. Very helpful to be more again. And also because soon we will have to prepare base camp for the new people coming. But before, let's take a look to the result of this big chopping operation. This is how we started. And this is the end result. We are very impressed with the speed of the crew compared to ours. This is the fastest cleanup of mimosa we have ever done. Now, spring is coming and we need to prepare base camp for the new season. There are many people coming soon. Just like previous years, there is a lot of work to do. So we made a list.
Many things left to do.
Well, that's a bit tough to read.
But we got this. We got this.
No.
So, here are the main things we will do to prepare camp. Let's get started.
Tricks.
Okay.
Finished.
So, Professor, we need to take this one out.
Open the inside then.
Okay, done. Next one. We had a problem with our kitchen door getting stuck on the floor. We're going to fix it now.
Joel, I think this is yours. You come and get it?
So this is the open deck, and right there above that beam is where the door gets stuck all the time. And my original plan is to take the hand planer and plane away from this beam. But now I discovered these two pieces of wood that are rising the beam, and it's kind of great. I think if I take one of them out, we're gonna end up perfectly.
Okay, what's next? We're changing the water filters. So we get some clean water again because it's looking a bit brown. So these go in here. We need to take these off, but a lot of water is going to come out, and we have an electronic piece underneath. So I'm going to try and drain the water before we take these out.
How would you do that?
To do that, we close this one, which is the water coming in. We close this one to make the system small as possible, also because this is going up. And this goes to the shower, which is closed, and to the garden house. So I'm going to try and empty it from there.
Whoopala. Why is this one still full? Whoosh! Wow, this one is full of particles. Look at this guy. Full of stuff. Yuck. Yeah, delicious water, huh? Okay. This is leaking. It was leaking, but it was just because I was not strong enough to close the rubber seals. So I guess you just need more raw muscle. Keep pushing at the gym. And now that the rubber is sealed, it's done. And go back to living life, and I will change it in a year. Right? So every year?
I think so.
Okay.
Drop your comments, we should do it more often here.
Okay, that was a small one. Next up is an old classic.
So we're coming back from winter, and although the kitchen has been used a bit during the winter, it really needs a good deep clean before we can receive 20 people here. And then we're just gonna take everything off the shelves, give everything a good big clean. We're gonna move away the countertop, the fridge, clean behind it, clean inside the fridge. Every little detail is gonna be spick and span.
So, let's get started! We took the shelves out because they needed some restoration.
Just dry enough. Then we'll be able to put them back in. All good.
Money, money, money! Money coins!
If I want. Oh wow, that's a lot of money. Look at that.
Kitchen clean. It was better than previous years. Maybe because we had a dehumidifier in place. Maybe because we were using it more. Not sure. But anyway, now we are ready to cook for the people coming.
We're cleaning up the workspace. We take out everything, and then everything that goes back in needs to be cleaned and dusted. Best moment! Alright, it's done! Cool! Ready to start the season!
Next, landscape container. Okay, so let's see what is inside this guy. All the tools in place besides this one. So this system actually worked pretty nice and the drawings are pretty. But we would need some picture frames to keep them up for next season. Same for this guy. And then we found picture frames. This container is finished. It has a fancy picture frame at the moment. And we have all the tools back. Landscape container? Check. So now it's time for the storage container, which is at the moment pretty full, but I think if we move a lot of elements to the kitchen and take out the dried leaves, then we should be able to go for the season. Now it looks all clean again. We also filled the big bucket. Here's some salt stacked up. And slowly all the big amounts come back in. Some olive oil. And now that this space is tidy again and has a lot of space, we can start to fill it up with toilet paper. Storage container? Check. And some other little things, like cleaning the pickup so it's nice and shiny. Brush cutting and cleaning the lagoon.
Doesn't look very nice now, but it will look better in a few days. And the path is clear.
Okay, we're actually done now. So we just have to clean this, forget about it, and ready for the next people to come, next season begin. Cheers!
Now that we finished preparing base camp, we can celebrate with some
Cake.
great cake.
Cake!
It was a lovely sunny day, but just when we thought we were good to go, we had a big storm. This big bush came out of the ground, and as you might see, we are missing some plastic sheets. I don't know if you remember, but the sheets were very heavy, and it just took out 4 of them, and they are. Let me show you where they are. We got 2 over there and 2 over there. Here is the overlap normally, and this is where the sun reaches. Quite a big difference. You can have a look on the research module for an update. And obviously, some of our lovely mimosas fell down. So yeah, now we just... we'll need to move this again. And yes, we also have some trees that fell on the toilet. Yeah, don't debark your trees close to structures that you're using a lot. Learning. So, we put ourselves into tidying. Again.
Perfect! I was just thinking about this. Say hi to the camera.
Now we are really prepared for the people to come. New campers arrived this year. They seem quite happy and motivated. Actually, that first afternoon, some of them already jumped into some tree planting action.
And the pear tree is now planted.
And spring is here. And another project camp season is starting. But before closing this update, let me bring you some of our current challenges. Landscaping has been a challenge for us since the beginning of the project. And now, seeing how fast professionals can work made us realize that we have people not very experienced necessarily in the job or the right amount of tools. We are also finding it hard to find enough skilled people that want to come because often they already have their own lands to take care of. And this makes us actually leaning into a different approach. Outsourcing to professionals seems a logic choice for us. 2 good reasons. Reason 1, now we have the digger. Outsourcing the chopping unlocks a lot of capacity to reshape the land and retain water. The second reason is a fast way to reduce the fire risk. And we saw last year how real the threat is. So the sooner we take out the fuel, the better. This approach would only work in areas where there is mostly mimosa and where machinery can access. And in other areas we have way more diversity. But these areas we still need to analyze what is actually there and handle them with more care. And that leaves us with 2 challenges for landscape, the rough and the care. On one side, we need to deal with companies and professional workforce, which is quite new for us, plus learning to use the digger.
That's an error message.
And on the other hand, we need to find more people with knowledge and skills to care and steward the land. But we think it's gonna be fine. And now I'm gonna leave you with the next challenge to Adrian.
So for some years we have been working towards building a big community center in this location. Not exactly this building, but here. To at least host 50 or 60 people to work on site. And so far it's been a bumpy road, like this one. We had to reshape and rethink the project many times.
What is the condition of the building? Can we reuse it? Do we need to renovate it? Finances, to registration office, then to the municipality, then a project plan. We decided to break it down due to it not being a very easy to legalize structure like this.
We're making the drawings for the architects, but here still very much the same.
And now also the road is too close to the building, so either we need to move the building a few meters to that side, or we need to move the road 9 meters away from the building. So all these little bits are always slow, we need to move back and forth, we need to pay professionals, we need to hire services of people, but I think we are getting closer to it. And probably this year we can finally resolve this challenge.
Well, management challenges. To start with a bit of context, we started the project like 4 years ago in the land with 2 people, just Dave and Rita, and we went until recent season that we were like 30 people on the land.
This year we will be 35 people.
Plus many people helping online, many thanks. This year we're gonna have 6 pods or teams. Some of them are gonna be managed by people who's coming from previous seasons, so they are starting into this task.
Then Matt, what is exactly this Kamp doing? How is that managing?
Good question. Not sure yet, Javier.
Okay, Eva, how is now that you're managing the kitchen team in your own?
I don't know what to say. No, it's actually really nice.
And it's quite a nice thing and important to do, because being able to change and shape the different responsibilities in the camp and hand over these different pods and management things helps the people and the project. Or it could be my personal case. I've been managing the video team in Project Kamp for already some years, and I'm starting to feel I would like to explore other areas of the project, or maybe have a bit more time to focus on my personal stuff. And for that I'll need to find a manager for season 6 for the video making pod. And it's quite a challenging task, but also quite enjoyable in many senses. So maybe if you video making manager for season 6 are watching right now, you could give a look to our website and go to the support page and find the application there. Maybe give it a try, and maybe we get to know each other, work together, and then you'll be the next video manager of Project Kamp. Who knows?
And that was it for this video, but we have something new. We're gonna move the Q&A to the Patreon page. So if you want to become a patron, this is the moment that you can see the video 1 week ahead in 4K without ads. And the next video is about sharing the projects that we're gonna do in season 5. So hop onto there, and otherwise, see you here next week, same time, same channel. Ciao!